What's up guys, Lifts here. In today's video we're going to cover 3 tips that will dramatically improve your bench press. The bench press is a fundamental compound movement that when done correctly will increase the size and strength of your pressing muscles. These muscles include your chest, shoulders, and triceps. While the movement may seem simple enough, there are actually a few minor mistakes that people make that are keeping them from getting the full benefits of the exercise. Don't worry though, in this video, Lifts is going to show you 3 tips that will help you not only fix these mistakes, but also help you get the most out of the exercise. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Tip number 1, tuck your shoulders back. When most people prepare to bench press, they lie flat on their back before they unrack the weight and begin pressing. The problem with this is that you're placing most of the stress on your shoulders. Your shoulders and triceps will be doing most of the work, and because of this, your chest will not become fully engaged. Since your chest muscles will not be fully recruited, this will not only hinder chest growth, but it will also keep you from pressing the most amount of weight possible. In addition to this, it will put added stress on your shoulder joint, which can lead to damage and ultimately lead to injury in the long run. In order to correct this, tuck your shoulders back by squeezing your shoulder blades together before laying down on the bench. This will stabilize your shoulders and put them in a much safer position. Doing so will allow you to properly press by making full use of your chest in the movement, and thus allow you to lift the most amount of weight. Good exercise to incorporate before bench pressing is the band pull apart. Not only will this properly warm up your shoulders, but it will also give you a good feeling of what it's like to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tip number 2, tuck your elbows in. Another thing to keep in mind when bench pressing is elbow placement. A common error that people make when bench pressing is allowing their elbows to flare out at the bottom of the movement. This ultimately causes a few issues. The first is that it will place the bar much higher than desired when performing the movement. It will cause the bar to travel down to the upper portion of your chest, almost touching your neck, which will also lead to less chest engagement. This will place a lot of pressure on not only your shoulder joints, but your elbow joints as well. Along with a higher risk for injury, this will also prevent you from putting maximal force into the press. In order to prevent this, tuck your elbows in before lifting the bar off the rack. This will not only place your elbows in a much safer position, it will allow the bar to travel to the desired position on your chest. In turn, you will be able to fully recruit your chest without placing additional stress onto your elbows, and thus will be able to increase your overall strength in the press. Tip number 3, position your legs properly. While the bench press is an upper body movement, that doesn't mean to completely forget about your legs when performing the exercise. People often leave their legs loose and relaxed when performing the bench press. Or even worse, they place their feet directly on the bench. By doing this, they are putting themselves at an extreme disadvantage for getting the most out of the bench press. Without the proper support of your legs, your upper body will have much less power behind it, and thus to compensate, your form will break down in order to get the bar up. To correct this, be sure to firmly position your legs on the ground as far back as they can go and drive your feet into the ground when preparing to lift the weight. This will give you a firm base of support and will allow you to stay stable without wiggling around. This added support will allow you to generate more force when you bench, resulting in you pressing even more weight and thus getting the most out of the exercise. But wait, I'm throwing in one more bonus tip. Tip number 4, don't bounce the bar off your chest. This may seem like a no-brainer, but it happens all too often. You see someone load up the bar with more weight than they can properly handle, and in order to complete the rep, they allow the bar to come crashing down and bounce off their chest. By doing this, you're allowing the momentum generated by gravity and the bar bounce to do most of the work. As a result, not only will your muscles not be fully engaged, this can lead to serious injury, such as cracking your sternum or ribs. Instead, lighten the weight to an intensity that will challenge you, but will also allow you to perform good quality reps that are slow and controlled, allowing your muscles to do all the work. Ultimately, this will lead to increase in muscle size and strength. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope this video has shown you some good quality tips so you can improve your bench press and get the most out of the exercise. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Leva Lifts signing out. Have a good one, guys.